Sometimes we think we understand someone, but then they do something, say something, and we realize we don't really know them at all. That's exactly what happened with Prince William. For years, he seemed like the quiet figure living in his father's shadow. He was always there, just off to the side, supporting from the background. But recently, he stepped forward. Not just a little bit, but in a big way, claiming his space. Not just as the heir to the throne, but as a leader, shaping the future of the British monarchy. It wasn't just about tradition or duty anymore, it was about change. And that change, it rattled the royal family. It was so unexpected, so powerful, that it moved King Charles and Queen Camilla to tears no one saw coming. What could have caused such a powerful emotional storm inside the walls of Buckingham? What was it that William said that changed everything? Let me take you there. It was just another day, another royal meeting at Clarence House, but this time things were different. William stood before the room full of seasoned advisors, faces that had seen more royal drama than most people could imagine. Yet none of them expected what was coming. William's words were sharp, direct, but beneath them there was something more, something personal. He spoke about the future, about the monarchy needing to evolve. He spoke about how things couldn't stay the same, not for anyone, not even for those closest to him. And as he spoke, his voice was steady, but his eyes told a different story. There was a weight behind them, a weight he was trying so hard to push aside. As the room fell silent, everyone could feel the shift. King Charles, a father who had always had hopes for his son, couldn't keep it together. The tears fell, silently, and in that moment, it wasn't just disappointment. It was the understanding that something bigger was happening, something beyond his control. And Queen Camilla, her calm, controlled demeanor cracked too. Just for a moment, she let her guard down. She wiped away a tear. And it was more than just the disappointment in the room. It was the realization that the future was slipping away from her grasp too. What was it that William had said to bring them to this place? What was the decision that tore at the fabric of everything they knew? Well, if you've seen William's gaze when Camilla stands beside his father, you might get a glimpse of the answer. A look so complex, full of emotions, he can't quite speak. A mixture of sorrow and anger that runs deep. For William, Camilla was never just a stepmother. She represented something much more painful. She represented betrayal. Her presence in his family, the family his mother, Princess Diana, fought so hard to protect, was a blow he could never forget. He was just a boy when he first saw the pain in his mother's eyes, heard the quiet sobs of a woman betrayed by the man she loved. That image of Diana broken haunted him for years. Maybe it was that night when he overheard his mother crying, asking why his father no longer loved her. That was when William's heart began to fracture. That was when he first saw the way his father's eyes softened for Camilla while his mother faded into the shadows. And when tragedy struck, when Diana was taken from them in that horrific car accident, William couldn't shake the bitter truth that Camilla played a role in the collapse of his family. Not directly, but in a way that shattered everything he held dear. For him, Camilla represented the end of a dream, the dream of a happy, united family. A dream that had died with his mother. It wasn't just a family tragedy. It was a loss that was personal, deeply personal. And now, as Camilla stands beside King Charles at Buckingham Palace, wearing the title of Queen, William can't escape the weight of the past. It's not just a royal shift, it's a reminder of everything he's lost. The tension between them, though unspoken, is real. No loud confrontations, no shouting, but a cold distance, a quiet war. In every family gathering, every royal event, William keeps his distance. His gaze cold, his posture rigid. His interactions with Camilla are mere formalities. There's no warmth, no affection, just a quiet acknowledgement of shared space. It's not just about being in the same room, it's about the emotional boundaries William has drawn, protecting his family from the pain that still lingers. He can't let his past, his pain taint the life he's trying to build now. A life with Catherine and their children. A life that's different from what he had. A life he promised himself would never be shaped by the ghosts of his past. It's not about anger at Camilla. Not really. It's about the weight of years, the grief of losing his mother, and the resolve to never let his children experience that same pain. "I will never let her grow up in a family like mine," he whispered to Catherine one day. a promise made from the depths of his soul. This isn't just about royalty. It's about the pain we all carry, the wounds that never truly heal. William's struggle isn't something we can fully understand, but we can feel it. We can connect with that desire to protect what's ours, to shield those we love from the hurt we've experienced. It's a human story at its core. And maybe, just maybe, that's why we can't look away. Because, in some way, it's not just William's battle. It's ours too. The relationship between Prince William and Camilla has always been fraught with tension. No amount of royal ceremonies or media efforts could ever mask the divide that exists between them. Beneath the surface, the royal family's image of harmony is just an image. The truth is, there's a generational clash that can't be ignored. It's not just a personal feudites, a battle of values, of vision. On one side, there's King Charles and Camilla, whose ambition often seems to conflict with the monarchy's need for public trust. On the other, there's William, determined to restore the monarchy's reputation and honor the memory of his mother, Diana. This isn't just about a family squabble. It reflects the broader challenges that the monarchy faces in the world where change is inevitable and necessary. William has become a symbol of loyalty, dignity, and the silent grief that still lives in him. His commitment to preserving his mother's legacy has made him beloved by many. But to him, Camilla can never truly be the queen. Her title may say so, but in William's heart, the crown belongs to another, the woman who kissed him goodnight every night, the mother he lost far too soon. Diana's impact is forever etched into William's soul, transcending titles and authority. What if things had been different? What if his family had stayed whole? What if his mother had lived to see him rise, proud and smiling? These questions never leave him, but reality never gave him those answers. The presence of Camilla forever changed everything. In the halls of Buckingham Palace, surrounded by tradition and ceremony, William made an unexpected request, a private conversation that no one anticipated. He asked not for his father or Camilla, but for himself, alone. It was a small act, but one that signified something far bigger, a shift that no royal protocol could conceal. Royal aides knew something was coming. They saw the look on William's face, the same determined look his mother had worn when she defied the script. And when William spoke, it wasn't just a speech, it was a declaration. His words carried weight, each one marked with profound significance. He spoke about the need for change, about a monarchy that could no longer cling to old values. The future, he declared, demanded a new vision, a monarchy that listens, that serves with humility, and that walks beside its people. And then, to everyone's shock, William unveiled his plan for a modern monarchy, a monarchy where transparency, shared leadership, and service were the cornerstones. The announcement that shook everyone was the creation of a new royal advisory council. Princess Catherine and Prince Edward were given expanded roles, taking on more responsibility within the family's royal duties. But the biggest shock came when William, with his father's blessing, announced that he would take on a semi-regent role, stepping into the forefront of royal duties. The monarchy was evolving, and Camilla's role in it was notably absent. Her name wasn't mentioned, not once, and that silence spoke volumes. It was more than an omission. It was a declaration. Camilla, the queen consort, was being edged out. Of the monarchy's future, Camilla, always the resilient and composed figure, couldn't hold it together. As William spoke, her eyes fluttered, her face drained of color, and then she fainted. The royal medical team rushed to her side as King Charles, in panic, shouted for help. What had been a celebration quickly spiraled into crisis. Camilla, once poised to be a central figure, was now quietly escorted from the room, her role in the monarchy slipping away in real time. The palace was thrown into chaos. Behind closed doors, advisors scrambled to manage the fallout. Some believed Charles was blindsided. Others wondered if he had known what was coming. But no one could deny one thing: William had taken control. His actions, calculated and deliberate, had shaken the very foundation of the monarchy. The world watched as the crisis unfolded. Social media exploded with reactions. Some sympathized with Camilla, others saw it as justice long overdue. A viral tweet put it simply: Diana left so Catherine could rise. Camilla fell so the monarchy could evolve. For many, this event marked a seismic shift, a generational divide between the old and the new, between tradition and transformation. As William solidified his place as the leader of the royal family, Catherine emerged as a quiet but powerful force. While the world was focused on the drama surrounding Camilla, Catherine remained poised, showing the world that the monarchy could adapt without losing its soul. In just a few simple words, at a charity event, Catherine reassured the public. "The future belongs to unity and shared service," she said, her calm strength sending ripples across the world. For many, Catherine had already stepped into her destiny. She had become the true heart of the monarchy, earning her place not through force, but through grace and determination. As the monarchy faces an uncertain future, all eyes are on her. The monarchy is changing, and as Camilla fades from the center, Catherine quietly takes her place. And behind the palace walls, a battle rages on, one that is as much about tradition as it is about the future. The struggle for control is no longer just about the crown. It's about the family that wears it. And in this fight, only time will reveal what the future holds. What was once a perfectly orchestrated monarchy has now begun to feel like a house divided. The unity that once held the royal family together has cracked. And beneath the facade, there's a growing sense of tension. Senior aides are working tirelessly behind the scenes to manage the turmoil created by the swift changes. Late-night meetings, hushed conversations, and ongoing chaos mark the atmosphere at the palace, where decisions no longer come from the top, but emerge from a murky, undefined middle ground. Power isn't clear. It's unspoken, exchanged in silences and backdoor deals, creating an environment thick with uncertainty and escalating internal conflict. King Charles, weary and still reeling from Camilla's public collapse, struggles to maintain control. Though he strives to project composure in public, behind closed doors, the reality is different. His authority, already weakened by his health, is now being overshadowed by William's growing influence. Two factions are forming, one loyal to Charles, advocating for cautious reforms, and another rallying behind William, pushing for rapid, far-reaching changes. And then there's the silent majority, the old guard fading into the background. Camilla's presence at the palace is growing quieter, her schedule cleared, her public appearances suspended. No official announcements, just whispers of rest and recovery. Meanwhile, William has taken on more and more responsibilities: foreign briefings, key diplomatic discussions, and domestic affairs. No longer just a symbolic figurehead, this shift is tangible, and the power balance in the monarchy is undeniably changing. Charles may still wear the crown, but it's William who's becoming the face of the monarchy's future. Amidst the late-night conversations and whispered exchanges, something much larger is quietly unfolding. This is more than just a generational shift. It's the beginning of a historical moment, signaling the end of one era and the dawn of another. William's speech was not an act of rebellion, but a clear message. The monarchy cannot continue as it has been. It must evolve to survive. The monarchy today needs more than just tradition. It needs transparency, service, and vision. William's declaration wasn't asking for approval. It was declaring the monarchy's future path. And that path demands fundamental reforms, reshaping the very identity of the institution. For years, Camilla worked tirelessly to rise to the pinnacle of royal power, but now, in the shadows of the palace, her role is quietly receding. No grand gestures of ousting, just a gradual sidelining that marks a turning point in the monarchy. William, on the other hand, has already stepped into the role of leadership. He's shaping the monarchy's future with every action, every responsibility he assumes. Standing beside him, Catherine has solidified her place as the monarchy's quiet yet powerful force. Together, they are the future, not just through their bloodline, but through their presence and connection with the public. For the younger generation, this shift is a breath of fresh air, a much-needed change from the outdated traditions of the past. So, is the crown already passing from Charles to William? Officially, no. Charles is still king, and the ceremonial traditions continue. But the true shift in power is already happening, not in legal terms, but through cultural influence, public perception, and the authority William commands. With each decision, each speech, it becomes clearer that while Charles may sit on the throne, William has quietly taken the reins of leadership. This shift is undeniable, and it's not just happening behind the scenes, it's in the public's view, and the world is noticing. Even within the palace, William's influence is unmistakable. His inner circle operates with a confidence and authority that once belonged solely to the king. And as the monarchy transitions, the question everyone is asking is, what will become of Camilla? Will she remain by her husband's side, bearing the title of Queen Consort, or will she be quietly pushed aside as William reshapes the royal family? For William, this isn't about holding grudges, it's about moving forward. Every action he takes is deliberate, precise, and methodical. He may smile for the cameras, address Camilla as queen when protocol demands it, but behind closed doors, a quiet reckoning is already underway. As the crown slowly passes to him, Camilla's role in the monarchy fades into the background quietly, diminishing as William asserts control. The monarchy is evolving, and the era of old royal traditions is coming to an end. The question now is, what will happen to Camilla when William takes the throne? Will she remain a central figure, or will she fade into the background of a new royal family? This is a question on everyone's mind, and the answer may be more than just a shift in power. It could symbolize the dawn of a new chapter in royal history. What do you think? Will Camilla hold on to her position, or will she quietly fade away? As William takes charge, drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more updates on the British royal family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.